Well, today is the day we go back and try and knock that bean field out that we couldn't harvest earlier in the season because it was too wet. First things first though, we gotta fuel up the combine and get it ready and switched over so that we can harvest the beans. Put the bean head on, get it all taken over to the field and get going on that if they'll go. Brian ran over to the field to go hand shell some beans and see how they would shell. There was a little bit of a frost last night. It might not be quite burned off yet. The moisture from the frost, that can cause the beans not to shell right in the combine. And so he was gonna go test that. It's not that many beans, so we'd really just like to get them out of the field and out of our minds. What the heck? What's going on? Hey, what the heck's going on? What are you guys barking at? What? You want some coffee? Want some coffee? That's a bad idea. Come here, buddies. Does your mom need to get you some more food? Did they feed you yet this morning? Huh? 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 Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Brian's not back yet. It's only been a couple minutes. I messed with the dogs and whatnot, but I noticed this. Looks pretty simple to fix. Looks like I just need to loosen up those bolts on that plate right there. Slip that rubber piece back in. I don't like the way that looks. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. What size do you think those are? I'm gonna say either 13 or 10. Let's see. 211s. My 3/8 gun is gone. Because I almost forgot a ladder. I'm not that tall. Okay. Oh, it's 10. No big deal. The diesel's done filling. Every test drop. I don't know why I'm whispering. Back to this. But the point of the shroud is the grain gets augered out of here and at the grain cart, like you've probably seen if you've watched my other videos. And this directs the corn down. It creates for less splatter of the corn. You know how there's like a bunch of memes or whatever about people taking all their groceries to the house in one trip? Well, it's basically the same thing but with tools. I will take every last tool that I can to the shop in one trip. I do not want to make 2 trips. Such clean organization. Oh no, don't look at that. Brian's just getting over to the field now, so it'll take him a minute to get check. In the meantime, we're gonna see if this guy needs to be fueled up. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I will say that my wife tells me every day that I look like Dopey from Snow White, the elf, you know? Not Snow White the elf, but Dopey, is it an elf or a dwarf? It's a dwarf. Especially when I tuck my ears back. What do you think? We're over half a tank. It'll be good for today. But I will say something. Dad's a grandfather of like a bunch. I don't know. I've lost count. But every time he comes into a combine or a tractor or a truck, he always brings this horde of children with him. And being a grandpa, as some people may know, you naturally spoil all those grandchildren and you just let them do whatever you want, even if it means leaving all your trash in the tractor. And in this case, it's just that. All the trash is in my tractor. Little kid gloves, little kid hats, straws. Look at all this trash. What is that? I mean, that's mine, but excuse that. I mean, there's a pizza box in here. What? At least he left the bag for me to put it all in. Let's clean this up. So much beepus. More beepus.
I'm not throwing them away. I'm just putting them in the shop, like where everything else is put, so the kids can take them.
This might be a little extra because we're not done harvesting, but it's nice to have a clean tractor. Why sweep the floors in your house if you're just gonna walk on it again, right? Wrong. It's way better than it was. There's no trash. A lot of the dirt's gone. I'd clean the windows, but they're just gonna get dirty again. But that's the same with the floor. What? I just don't want to clean the windows. Sweaty enough as it is. These bibs, I don't know why I put them on this morning. Why did no one tell me it was gonna be warm today? Huh? Brian's not back yet. Might as well clean his cab too. He's got kids of his own, so I'm sure it's dirty too. Not too bad as far as trash. I mean, this is all just dirt and stuff. Mountain Dew. We'll just clean it out. Why not? Way better than it was. Perfect timing too, because Brian is back right as I finished cleaning his combine. As was kind of expected. The bean field's not gonna go. It's too muddy. The way the head works is it slides across the ground, so it just collects too much mud and it's not gonna work. So we're just gonna work on corn, and we should be able to finish that up, not today, but in a couple days. He did bring me some breakfast. Oh, heck. Right as the sheriff went by. I think he's relieving stress. So we are getting everything moved over to the field, and we're gonna start harvesting corn here in a bit. It's just Brian and I right now. Dad is not here at the moment. So we're gonna work on the end rows, because usually those take more time. And then when Dad gets back, we'll get rolling, hopefully on the majority of the field, and get a lot done today. Oh no. Oh no. The pizza box strikes again. It's just dirty in here. Not a big deal. The grain cart over there. I'm in the truck. Brian's gonna go get the combine and take it over there. But first, I'm gonna go pick up the wifey, because she wants to take a ride on the big green tractor. We're rolling, we're rolling. Don't hit that other truck. Don't hit it, don't hit it. Don't hit that other truck. We're good, we're good. Let's go harvest some corn. But first, we'll pick up the wife. got the wife. I took off the bibs because it was extremely hot. We're ready to go. It's too muddy to walk. Too muddy. Ooh. Well, we are almost finished with the end rows. Dad is bringing the other truck over because he got back. Time to crack open a Beepus. So, back at school, it was kind of a joke to misread Pepsi as Beepus. I don't really know why. It's really weird, but sue me. Things are going well. I got my food, and I'm happy. Went along pretty well, and then the combine started to overheat, so Brian shut it off and went and looked back in the engine compartment, and the serpentine belt that runs all of the components to the engine. You heard that? She's laughing. He looked back in the engine compartment, and the serpentine belt that runs all the components back there, it burned off because our alternator seized up. And so we need to go get a new alternator for our combine and replace that serpentine belt. More belts burning off. It's great. But we'll go do that. But it looks like we're probably stopped for the evening. But you can see what fixing that is all about. Deere isn't open right now, so we're gonna have to get one in the morning first thing. But we'll go ahead and get that alternator taken off tonight and the belt removed itself because it burned off. This is definitely not the way you want your night to go, but this is just the way it goes sometimes. Lights. You can never have too much light when you're working in the dark. Fact of the day. So right now, I am going to turn the tractor on to shine some light on the situation. There is the bad alternator, and that's where the belts run along all those tracks. So we gotta take that out and get a new one. It's got 2 bolts. So you see the one bolt right there and another bolt right there.
Just grab with your fingers.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Oh, it's plugged in. You gotta go back on the back side and unplug the little plug that's on the back of it.
I see the plug, but then there's one with a loom. Give me just leave it there where you have it and give me a 13. There's my hat. Doesn't want to spin. You can see right here where the belt burnt off and the heat changed the color of the metal. I almost forgot my hat. There it is. Okay. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. But like I always say, do whatever you want.